What's up guys, my name's Alex and today we'll be diving inside my computer so I can show you the trade that I took during pre-market this morning that resulted in $170 in profit. I'll be explaining my thought process behind the trade, why I took it, and how you guys can implement my strategies and come up with the same trades on your own. Now I know 170 isn't crazy gains that I can sit here and brag about, as it's kind of slow for me as well, but just turning up green in the stock market at the end of the day shows that you're in that 10% statistic while 90% of people actually end up losing money. Now from what I've seen, today has actually been a really slow day in the market overall, so I'm really happy taking away this 170 at the end of the day. I actually finished my trading during pre-market this morning because I had something to do around 9:30, so I finished my trades around 9 o'clock this morning and walked away with that 170 that I mentioned. Let's jump inside my computer and I'll show you guys my exact strategy, my thought process behind it, and why I took the trade, and how you guys can do the same exact thing every morning. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so when we first jump into my screen every morning, this is what I see. Now I know I've gone over it in previous videos that I always want to watch the news and I want to know what's driving the price up and down of the overall market every single morning. Now whether you like to trade a handful of stocks that you stick to or just any stocks that are in the headlines, you need to know the driving factors of what drives the price up and down. So as you can see right here, the overall market's red for the day. If you look at the NASDAQ chart, it is down 0.95% or $105 at this very moment. Now if we move over to crude oil, this is the actual trade that I took this morning, and I logged on at about 8 a.m. Eastern time this morning, so right around here, and this is the chart that I saw. Now what you would first do is I go over to quote, and this is the platform eTrade, and they have the news listed for you right here of what's going on today in the market regarding this crude oil future. Though I do not always use the platform news, and I'll show you guys one little trick that actually excels. So I already have it pulled up. If you guys go to Yahoo Finance, this is the home page, and if you guys look right here, they have a handful of futures that you can follow, and if you look right here is crude oil. So this morning what I would do is I would just go on here and just browse the news and see if there's anything that stands out to me that would drive the price up or down, and just gives the overall direction of where it's going to move next. Now it's up to you to analyze these news articles and to determine which trade you actually want to take based off of the news that's driving these stocks up and down. So going back over to my chart, I actually took the trade on a ETF that follows crude oil directly called UCO. And as you can see right here, I took this trade during pre-market. So looking at it directly, as you can see right here, it was nothing but consolidation, though I do want to explain one concept really quickly to you guys. Now the part that I talked about looking at the news every morning on the stocks, it's significant when you experience a gap up or gap down, and I'll show you guys exactly what that means really quickly. So if we take a look at the chart right here is where it ended yesterday. As you can see, it closed at 30.72 at some point down here, and then the extended hours, it didn't really do much, just consolidated around the same area. If you look this morning, it actually gapped up, which just means, look at the chart right here, that giant gap between the last price and the price where it opened, and that could be caused by news driving the price of crude oil up overnight. So you just want to keep up to date on everything and know what's going to happen next. So if you look up here, this morning I saw that crude oil actually had gapped up and was consolidating around the EMA line right over here. Right here it broke under for a bit there, and then when it built a support on the EMA line, I had belief that it was going to test the VWAP. VWAP's this red line right here. If you guys don't know what that is, I can explain it in a future video if need be. I then, at this green flag right here that you can see, took a position of 500 shares at 32.42, and at that red flag up there, I sold all 500 shares at 32.76 for a profit of $170 this morning. Now, why did I take this trade? Now, as the stock price broke above the EMA line, then I had to test the VWAP, and if it could hold above that, I had belief that it was going to continue to run up. At that point is where I would sell, and that's exactly what happened. Now, this is just a quick, easy and out trade, and there wasn't too much of my thought process behind this, as I'm an experienced trader, and I just had reason to believe that this pattern would open up right here. So that's about it with my trade this morning. I just wanted to go over that really quickly so I could show you guys why I took it and how you guys can do the same thing. I know it wasn't very detailed in this explanation, as there wasn't too much in my thought process behind it, although you can expect a lot more detailed videos in this aspect coming in the future. If you guys are interested in connecting, I have a group chat down below where I'll actually post my trade alerts, watch list, call outs, and so much more. That's free to join. That will be linked down below. If you enjoyed this video or got anything out of it, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe for more, as there's plenty to come and it helps me out greatly. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.